Alright, hey guys, this is Ned here. I have question 10A from the November '08 exam. Let's get started. So we're given 2 points here, where we know that a maximum is at 329 and a minimum is at 915. And the first question asks to find the value of A. A is the amplitude. Now the amplitude is the height of the wavelength. To find the height of the wavelength, we take the maximum y-coordinate, which is 29, subtract the minimum y-coordinate, which is 15, and divide by 2. This is going to equal 14 over 2, which is equal to 7. So this graph, or this cos function, has an amplitude of 7. Moving on. Alright, so the next question asks, show that b equals pi over 6. B represents the period. To find the period, we need to find the distance between the maximum and the minimum. This gives us the period of only half the wavelength, however, so we multiply this number by 2. So, because we have only a portion of the graph in this question shown to us, we're going to take the distance between the maximum and the minimum, which is 6. And we know this by looking at the x-coordinates of the maximum and minimum, which are 3 and 9. So we're going to take 9, subtract 3, and we get 6. Now we're going to multiply this by 2 to get the length of the full wavelength. So the period sorry for my handwriting. Period equals 12. Now what we do from here, we take b, and we have the equation 2 pi over b. Now 2 pi over b is the period of the general cos function. So 2 pi over b. Now we're going to plug in 12 into b. So we're going to get 2 pi over 12. And once we simplify this, we get pi over 6. So it then asks you find the value of d. D represents the vertical translation. Now to find the vertical translation, we're going to need to take the maximum value of 29 and subtract the minimum value of 15. Sorry, we're going to take the maximum value of 29 and add the minimum value of 15 and divide all of this by 2. So we're going to take 29, we're going to add 15, and divide all this by 2. So we're going to get 44 over 2, and then we're going to get 22. So d is 22. So for this cos function, the vertical translation is 22. Finally, it asks you to write down a value for c. So c represents the horizontal translation. Now for a regular cos function, we see the maximum start here, goes down, comes back up, and finishes. That is a full wavelength. However, in this example, we see it start here, go down to the minimum, and stop. So we're only given half of this. However, we notice that the cos function is shifted 3 units to the right. We know this because the maximum has coordinates 3, 29. So we know this function is shifted 3 units to the right than the original cos function. Therefore, the horizontal translation is 3.